The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Well, it's a great day for us. Great opportunity to finish the year on a positive note and still that ugliness that we get, that bad taste we had in our mouth leaving Newberry. And we got a big group of seniors. We got a special group of men, and I'm glad that we're able to honor them and looking forward to having a bunch of parents here. And I think that's always a special time. And so, you know, just hope that we, while we're thinking about seniors and while we're thinking about parents and relatives, and I hope that we're thinking about how to honor the God of this universe and the one who created all of it and gave us all of the blessings that we have. And so, you know, I just hope that we do that and not just talk about it, but actually go out and do it. And so if we do, then it'll be a great day at Mossy Creek.
What kind of emotions accompany a day like this?
Well, I know for me personally, it's a lot of thankfulness that we've got a group of guys that have invested their life in this program and have given so much to it. And then when I think about parents, gosh, I know what they've invested. I know what they've done to make it possible for the children to be here and get a college education. And so it's it's a hallelujah time as far as seeing guys do what we've wanted them to do, make it through college and get a degree. Hopefully we'll go ahead and finish our degree and see a return on investments, you know. And the number one investment that I look for is a return on the spiritual investment, because there's been a lot poured into them since they've been here. And I just hope that some of it has an effect.
Wingate stands in your way. Bulldogs have one of the best defenses in the conference in the nation. What do they do to stand out?
Well, they just got some good football players, and they're not much different than the last two teams we played. They're very good defensively and offensively. You know, they're huge, and they got people that can run. And they were young early in the year offensively, and now they're really coming on. And so I think they're going to be a real challenge for us.
All right. Slow starts have plagued your teams every week since the bye week. How do you overcome that in the regular season finale?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to probably start off maybe cut my wrist and tell them that I'm going to bleed to death if they don't get off to a good start. And I don't know. It's I don't have the answer for that. We not doing anything any differently than we've done for 35 years as far as trying to get the message across to what it takes to get it done. And but it sure hadn't changed in the last 4 or 5 weeks. And regardless of what we say about it, and regardless of how we approach it, none of it has worked at this point. And and our guys don't mean for it to happen either. I think what they forget is that we're the game of the year for most teams that we play against, and they're not going to start off slow. They're going to start off with as fast and hard as they can, because that's, you know, this is a big game for them. And we haven't matched at times the intensity of our opponent, and we've played, especially defensively, we've played at a different gear at times than our opponent has, and so that's, you know, you play in a different gear and you're going to get different results, and the different results are not what you like. So the way you do something about it is you start off in a different gear, and but we got another week to get it done. I hope this is a week.
You get to face off against another head coach, and Joe Reich. He's been around the block several times in this league. What's it like to go against him?
Well, Joe's a good football coach. has really grown that program since he's been there. And Joe's has got good leadership qualities. You know, he's on several NCAA committees, and the thing that's impressed me about it is that he's been very unbiased as far as the way he's handled his duties on those committees. And so you know, he's so I've gained a lot of respect for Joe, and we've had some good times talking about some things that has been encouraging to me, and I hopefully it's been encouraging to him.
You look at some of the seniors on offense, Andy Hibbett, and Anthony Eubanks, Robbie Ignani. What do you think the legacy they leave behind as members of this football team?
Well, they've been great. It don't matter how much football games they've won or any of that. They're going to leave a legacy because of their hearts and because of their growth. All three of those guys have grown tremendously, and I think they've developed themselves as men. And so that's the part that they'll take with them, and hopefully help them be the kind of dads and the kind of husbands and the kind of churchmen, the kind of community guys, the kind of whatever their vocation they decide their vocation to ends up being. Because you know, right now they got some ideas, but that may not be where it ends up. And so all that is that's payday. You know, when they learn to be when they fill those roles, then that's payday.
What needs to be corrected with the offense this week to ensure that the 3 and outs and getting stopped near the goal line doesn't occur this week?
Well, I guess the first thing that stands out in my mind is penalties, but really it's execution. I mean, it's just a matter of executing the offense. There's not anything wrong with the offense. It just has to be executed. And when you're running an option offense and you're not reading it right, then you're off to a start of not being very successful. And that's what option is. You got options, and you have to read the options, and you have to execute the options, and then you know, we just I think our first down plays have been we've put ourselves in a deeper hole with our first down plays, because our first down plays last week was either a penalty or a not very well executed pass or a play. And so I think on first down we threw an interception. On first down we got a penalty twice. And then I think another time on first down, this was all inside the 10-yard line, we got a no-gain play. And when it's first and goal on the 9-yard line, you can't have a no-gain play on first down.
Offense hasn't been as explosive since the bye week either. Just 2 plays longer than 40 yards when you had 12 in the first 5 weeks of the season. Any reason for that, or is it all based on the execution of the offense?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit about what the defenses are doing. They're playing, you know, we've gotten a whole lot more of 5, 6, and 7-yard plays too. You know, back-to-back plays. We ain't got the 40 ones, but we've got the 3 times or 4 times 7, which keeps things alive. And so, you got to give them credit, the defense's credit, and have to give us some probably some negatives for not getting some blocks downfield and doing some things that it takes to break a long play.
He stands on the verge of just the third 1,500-yard season.
Who, Andy?
In Carson-Newman football history. historically, can you give some context to what he's accomplished this year with rushing for 100 yards in every game of the opener?
Well, I think consistency is the biggest thing for Andy. He has been so consistent, and he's been, he's just fun to coach. And plus, he stayed healthy besides being beat up, of course. He carried the ball 63 times in 2 ball games. And that's, that's taken a whole lot of physical punishment. But he's worked tremendously hard. First year, he's been completely well. And I think we're seeing the fruits of a well horse, a horse that's well, that's not crippled, and so he's determined to be better every week, and that makes it better.
Nick DePaul, Wingate's defensive front four. What stands out to you about him?
Just a big playmaker. He has a knack of being in the right place at the right time to knock the ball on the ground or to recover a fumble and run it back for 6 or whatever. He's just a big playmaker, and they put him in space to try to get him an opportunity to make those plays, and he hadn't disappointed them. He's made the plays.
Offensively, their receiving core is as deep as any in this country and in this league. What stands out to you about that group?
Well, probably what you said, a whole bunch that can play, and they're pretty gifted. They can run, number one, and that's always the most scary part of a receiver, that he runs fast, and they don't have drops. They just don't drop it. They catch it, and their yardage after catch is pretty impressive. And so, and they're a whole lot more confident. I think they started off the year they wanted to run the ball more. Now they pretty much say, hey, we're going to throw it. And so they did a good job with it.